A heavy assumption sits at the center of modern self-help. It's the idea that human beings are the literal ground-up creators of their own reality, responsible for building every detail from scratch. This model demands that you start with a blank plot of land. If you want health, wealth, or a thriving relationship, you have to mentally manufacture every single brick and stack them yourself through sheer force of will. When that heavy lifting fails, a severe psychological toll follows. The assumption is that the failure is entirely personal, that you didn't visualize properly, or you simply didn't build hard enough. The creator model reaches a predictable limit. It treats reality as an endless construction project, requiring a level of continuous effort that eventually leads to burnout. But a different perspective suggests that creation is already finished. In this view, nothing new ever needs to be produced, because every possibility already exists. Imagine the universe working like this three-dimensional coordinate grid. It isn't a blank timeline waiting to be filled. It is a complete, infinite map where every possible outcome already occupies a specific node. Every variation of your life, beginner, expert, struggling, or thriving, occupies a distinct, simultaneously existing location. Moving between these variations does not require you to construct a brand new reality. It requires identifying the coordinates and aligning with a destination that is already there. Manifestation reveals itself as a mechanism of navigation rather than construction. The work is in the steering, not the manufacturing. If consciousness functions as a vehicle, we can break down its operation into specific subsystems. The literal steering process begins with your thoughts. Assuming an identity, declaring "I am successful" or "I am healthy," functions exactly like entering a destination address into a GPS. You are actively specifying a precise coordinate on the map. Entering an address doesn't make a car move. The vehicle still requires a running engine and an active guidance system to close the gap between its current location and the goal. Look at this moving sine wave matching a target frequency. Emotion is calibration. When waves align, you experience positive emotion, resonance confirming the route. When out of phase, you feel negative emotion, a signal mismatch indicating your frequency differs from the destination. Your system is recalculating. Thoughts specify the destination, while emotions provide the feedback necessary to keep the vehicle on track. For a navigational system to function, the signal must be stable. This state of alignment is known as coherence. Watch this jittering frequency wave. It happens when mentally selecting one coordinate while emotionally broadcasting another, thinking of success while feeling terror. Conflicting inputs cause the navigation to continuously reset. Once thought and emotion stabilize into a unified broadcast, the system locks on to the target node. At this point, the subconscious mind takes over. It functions as a cybernetic autopilot, making the micro-corrections and providing the intuition needed to move toward the selected identity. This distinction clarifies the nature of daily effort. Forcing a road into existence through sheer willpower is forced action, a process defined by friction. Following the next obvious turn provided by the autopilot is inspired action. The conscious mind selects the coordinate, while the subconscious autopilot calculates the route. If all realities already exist and we are simply navigating through them, why are we still driven by endless desires? If every coordinate in the grid is active and complete, then a destination likely functions like a radio station, broadcasting its own signature frequency. Every authentic desire marks the moment your current receiver picks up that signal. It is a communication from an occupied coordinate, pulling the navigator toward a location that is already there. Desire is an invitation, the engine of exploration that constantly pulls consciousness toward unexplored coordinates. As we visualize pushing through this starry cosmos and transitioning into the raw coordinate data of the universe, the purpose of the experience shifts. Earth functions as a consciousness simulator, designed for humans to practice signal alignment and orientation. The most sophisticated tool in the human arsenal eventually transcends external machinery. Beyond AI or quantum computing lies the internal, deliberate mastery of conscious orientation. Instead of exhausting yourself to manufacture a future, you can stabilize your signal and walk into a reality already waiting for you.